You're obviously the heart of Groundcrew Zurich.
Yeah, it seems so.
Yeah. So you're part of the ground crew here. You've got Groundcrew Zurich going on here, and you're very active in making a change in the world, because that's what Groundcrews are all about.
Oh wow, that becomes very difficult. You see, because it all happens by accident. It fell into my lap actually, and it. Before this all started, I was just this spiritual teacher, this counselor in my practice and doing my classes and everything. And then Bill came into my life. And oh no, I should say, 1 year before I had seminars called Augen auf, open your eyes. Because I did a lot of research in the internet, and I was already familiar with all the things on Project Camelot and David Icke and all these things. And so I wanted to bring this into my classes. And suddenly, Bill was in my life. Suddenly he was here. So I brought him into the classes as well. And then this idea popped up to have no, it wasn't a conference, it was just a meeting with some people, and it turned out to become a conference of 3 days. And I had to be this medium between the crew, the people who volunteered to make this happen, and Bill. I'm in between. I actually would very much like to go back into my life as a counselor and teacher. At the moment it doesn't seem to be possible. The ground crew, these are my students, or we started off with students and clients of mine, and later on, of course, it opened up completely, because Groundcrew cannot be an elite group with borders around. We have to open it up, and Groundcrew is everybody who is interested. That's why this concept goes out. George Green started with his description, and now suddenly all over the world people build up these groups, and that's wonderful, that's great. So I don't see myself as the heart of the whole thing. I just was this person who communicated back and forth, not more, and I'm happy if I can step back again.
It's fantastic that you've taken your teachings onto a practical level, and that you are making a huge difference, because I can't tell you how insightful these conferences are. I learn from each and every one I go to. What advice would you give to people who are trying to make a difference in the world and who want to do something?
Meditate. Find out who you are. It cannot start outside. It's not a specific profession, a specific action. Find out who you are. That's the most important.
Okay.
Because only then you can really understand what's happening out in the world and in the astral and everywhere. Yeah, that's my most important message. But meditation is not just light a candle and close your eyes and listen to nice music and go off with your dreams. Meditation for me is a very complete path on which you have to have guidance. You have to have guidance, otherwise you get lost. And at some point you have to learn to deal with astral things. Otherwise, it's like an airplane taking off. You go through the clouds and then you're out in the light. And so when you start a true meditative path, you encounter all these astral things, and you have to have a way. It's not protecting. Protecting is not the remedy. It's knowledge and love. And you have to learn this. And that's what my book is all about.
Any chance it's coming out in English?
I hope so. We're looking for somebody who understands the matter and who speaks a good, wonderful English language. Bill would be the most wonderful person doing this, but he doesn't have time.
Are you optimistic for the future? I mean, you're obviously very close with Project Camelot, being Bill Ryan's partner. You get to understand a lot of the information. What I want to hear from you as a spiritual teacher, someone with unconditional love, where do you see us going? How do you see things panning out?
Well, you see, I will never predict any future pictures, things for this planet Earth. Never ever. If you find your spiritual qualities inside, then you're saved. I mean, then you're free. Then it doesn't matter what happens. And I'm much more in the spiritual than in this matter. So from me, you cannot really get a statement about this planet, and if Planet X comes, if the Third World War comes, I don't know these things. But I know that we all are spiritual beings. I'm very sorry I cannot really answer this question.
It's good. You're obviously someone who really lives in the now, and I think that's an important lesson for anybody to learn how to.
Yeah. Another point of view is also very important. If the pressure is bigger in this world, if people get shocked by all these things that are said out there are always different ways to react. Of course you can fall down into fear. Of course you can commit suicide or become depressed. Or you can get angry and fight against it. But the chance is also maybe for 15 or 20% of the people to grow, to ask the essential questions, and to really get off their knees and do something. First inside, and this has an effect to the world, to the people, to everything.
Ruth, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us today. It was my greatest pleasure, and I hope we can speak to you again soon.
Thank you so much.